Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 10 o'clock news on KPAX, Montana's news leader.
Oh my God!
It is terror and chaos at a Florida high school after a gunman opens fire today, killing more than a dozen people. Good evening. I'm Jill Valley.
And I'm Dennis Bragg. It began as an ordinary school day and was almost over when gunfire erupted. Law enforcement officials in South Florida are now questioning the person they believe opened fire at a high school an hour north of Miami. Officials believe 19-year-old Nicholas Cruz killed at least 17 people and injured dozens more before he was finally apprehended.
Now, this deadly mass shooting happened in Parkland, Florida. That is located about 20 miles northwest of Fort Lauderdale. It's at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. There's about 3,000 students who go to that high school. And again, it was towards the end of the day. CBS's Nikki Batiste is live from New York with the latest and on the investigation. Nikki.
12 of the 17 people killed have been identified. Some of the students did not have their backpacks or IDs on them. The suspect, 19-year-old Nicholas Cruz, is being questioned as officials try to determine his motive.
The nightmare at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida unfolded just as the school day was ending. Police say the suspected gunman, 19-year-old Nicholas Cruz, arrived on the school's campus Wednesday afternoon heavily armed.
He had countless magazines, multiple magazines, and at this point we believe he had one AR-15 rifle.
A law enforcement source tells CBS News he appeared to have pulled the fire alarm to create chaos before firing.
As soon as the fire drill got pulled, the fire alarm got pulled, and kids were evacuating, I heard 5 pops.
And then all of a sudden we hear one of our student government teachers say, "Run as fast as you can," and we hear a gunshot.
As emergency officials tended to the wounded, students raced out of the school, some with arms above their heads.
We were just like praying and crying.
The description of the subject is going to be a white male, last seen wearing a burgundy shirt.
Cruz was arrested nearby without incident, to the relief of parents wondering if their loved ones were safe.
It's really great to be able to hug him a little tighter right now.
This is just absolutely pure evil.
Late Wednesday, officials escorted Cruz in his hospital gown to the Broward jail for questioning.
He was a former student of Douglas High School. He got expelled for disciplinary reasons. I don't know the specifics.
Authorities plan to examine the gunman's social media activity as they try to figure out his motives.
A federal law enforcement officer tells CBS News they are working to trace the AR-15 back to the first lawful purchaser. I'm Nikki Batiste reporting live in New York. Now back to you.
Thank you, Nikki. Today's attack was the latest in a series of school shootings across the U.S. It marks the 18th time this year that a firearm has been discharged on school property. Everytown for Gun Safety, founded in 2014, conducts nationwide research on gun violence and policies. According to its research, nearly 300 shootings at middle schools, high schools, and colleges have taken place across the U.S. since 2013. That's an average of 1 shooting on school grounds every week. At least 9 of those shootings reported this year resulted in injury or death. Well, back here in western Montana, both snow and Arctic air is making a comeback for us. For the latest on what to expect and what else is happening in the state right now, here is Chief Meteorologist Aaron Yost. Aaron.
There's a mess out there across some of northwest Montana, and more so just on the other side of the divide where we have numerous roads closed, civil emergency travel only, warnings issued. It's just a mess out there across a lot of the Treasure State. Now for us, we do continue with our winter weather advisories, but we do have a newly issued winter storm warning. That's for the Flathead and Mission Valleys through 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. Not necessarily for a lot of accumulation, it's just those winds out there keeping that blowing and drifting snow a problem for our roadways. Elsewhere, winter weather advisories remain in place through tomorrow morning as well, and we have more snow on the way. Forecast coming up.
In other news tonight, the superintendent of Missoula Water tells the city council the department has been fixing a lot of problems since taking over from the privately held Mountain Water Company last summer. But Dennis Bowman says the city is making good progress with everything from equipment to customer service. He told the council's committee of the whole today assuming control of the utility started off with an immediate challenge, with the entire water system about to run out of chlorine right when Missoula took over.
There was question whether there was enough chlorine
on site to be able to last the weekend. And so they asked me about it. I said, get it, bring it in. So that Friday, they delivered and filled all the chlorine vats up. So that way we had plenty of chlorine to get through.
Missoula leaders had known there were a number of serious issues with the mountain water system, which they acquired through an expensive condemnation case that lasted for over 2 years. There were problems with leakage and equipment, but Bowman tells the council there have been unexpected problems too, such as thousands of water meters where the batteries had not been replaced.
The previous owners did a lot of meter change-outs back then. They did a little over 2,000 meters in 2006 and 7. So because that action back then, we're paying for it now because those meters are starting to die.
Bowman tells me that if customers are noticing problems, they should call Missoula Water to get service.
Investigators are looking for clues as to what started a fire that destroyed a storage unit building in Marion. Firefighters from the Marion Fire Department could still be seen putting out those hot spots at the Marion Security Storage this afternoon. That fire broke out around 12:30 p.m. Tuesday. It contained 30 storage units. Marion's fire chief says she's grateful for the support of area fire departments to help knock this thing down. And while the owner's valuables were destroyed, they're thankful that no one was hurt in this fire.
I talked to a couple of the people who had belongings in the unit, in the units, and overall everybody was just grateful that, there's no lives lost or nobody was hurt.
3 other storage unit buildings that are located at the site were not damaged in the fire.
A Missoula man will spend 5 years in prison for assaulting a 9-year-old boy. Joshua Moody was charged with sexually assaulting a child repeatedly over a 9-month span in December of 2016. The assaults were discovered when the 9-year-old boy told his parents of being touched inappropriately over his clothes. Moody was living at the victim's home at the time of the assault. Today, Missoula District Court Judge Robert Dayshaw sentenced Moody to 50 years with 45 of those suspended. Moody won't be eligible for parole or any community placement treatment until he completes phase 1 of the sex offender treatment program, and then he'll have to register as a level 2 sex offender.
An event at the University of Montana campus by the group Save Our Sisters is hoping to raise awareness about the issue of missing or murdered Indigenous women in Montana through a silent memorial. The first event was an artistic presentation on the Oval today that was put together by event organizer Marita Growing Thunder. It involved chairs spread around the Oval with different dresses made mostly by Growing Thunder herself. The dresses were made to represent different groups of missing or murdered women, groups that include the elderly, children, transgendered, or members of the LBGT community. Growing Thunder says she got the idea from an event she previously held back in her home city of Polson.
When I graduated from high school a few months, or 6 months ago, I had a spirit powwow for a graduation party, and we took all the dresses that I made my senior year of high school and we put them around a powwow arena, kind of. And so this is just kind of reminiscent of that event.
There was also a candlelight vigil to remember the missing and the murdered. Other similar events were held across the U.S. and Canada today. State health officials are planning yet another approach on how to handle funding cuts to services for more than 2,000 mentally disabled people in Montana. The state is planning to cut $2.5 million from case management services for the developmentally disabled. Right now, 4 private nonprofits do the work on contract, helping developmentally disabled people live on their own in their communities all around the state. But the state announced in December it would cancel the contracts and take over the job itself. Now state officials tell MTN News they plan to move to one statewide contractor for the services with a yet-to-be-determined company. One of the current providers is Opportunity Resources in Missoula. It said it will take a look at the contract proposal and consider making a bid. But a case management coordinator in Lewistown told us she's worried about the impact on clients on going to a new contract system.
If a state case manager came in and they had to start all over with these families and clients, it's going to be very detrimental. If they hired someone in this area, there would be less travel, so the quality of care would look better. If they hired someone from Billings to do this area, they're not going to get near the quality of care because a lot of their time is going to be traveling, and they're not going to have as much time to get to know these clients and families as well.
The contract with the current providers expires on March 31st. Well, still ahead, Erin says we have some snow and wind in the forecast, but there is a big mess happening to the east of us. She will break it all down for us coming up next.
And later in sports, Don says the Lady Grizz are ready to return to their home court after a couple of tough losses on the road. That's coming up later on KPAX and KAJ.